What's good, Sixers fans? This is your boy, Tone the Shills II, and y'all are tuned into y'all dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta charge it to the game. First things first, if this is your first time checking out the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you like everything that you see in here, I'd be eternally grateful for that. Also, if you've been loyal to the channel, if you've been loyal to the Soil from the very beginning, you already know where my heart is. So, let's get into this Sixers-Kings matchup from last night. I gotta admit, man, we gotta show a lot of respect first and foremost to De'Aaron Fox. That dude is coming alive. This is his breakout season, clearly. And it's really exciting to see. So I want to pay homage to De'Aaron Fox. I want to pay homage to Buddy Hield, who did his thing. And I want to pay homage to Marvin Bagley as well. Because Marvin Bagley, it's taking him some time to get acclimated to the league. But let's talk about our Sixers, man. So the Philadelphia 76ers played a good game, but let's be honest. The Sacramento Kings, from the second and third quarter, was pretty much running them out the gym. It seemed like the Sixers were struggling to keep up with their pace. In that first half, the Kings made 11 three-pointers between the first and second quarter. They were snapping from beginning to end, from every which way. Guys were getting to the paint. Guys were getting wide open from three. The Sixers were struggling in that second and third quarter to really stop the Kings from really getting into a rhythm. But I want to just go through the numbers first before I really get into the details of the game, because there are some guys I really want to talk about specifically, outside of the normal guys that we normally talk about. But let's get into the stats. So Tobias Harris played 41 minutes, went 8 for 15 from the field, 2 for 5 from the three-point line, 10 boards and 22 points. Danny Green, 28 minutes, 1 for 6 from the field, only put up 4 points. Not really a good game for him. He had 5 boards, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Joel Embiid, 35 minutes, went 6 for 15 from the field, 13 for 14 from the free throw line, 17 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. So it wasn't his best shooting performance that we normally get from him. He put up 25 points, but nonetheless, he was very effective on both ends of the floor. Ben Simmons, 34 minutes, 6 for 13 from the field, 2 for 6 from the free throw line. He got to tighten that up. 7 boards, 9 assists, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers, 14 points. He's doing a good job at dictating the pace for this Sixers team, and I'm really excited about it. And Seth Curry, the man has made his return officially. My man went 7 for 13 from the field, 4 for 6 from the three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw. 4 for 6 from the three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. 3 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 22 points. We really missed Seth Curry. Moving on to the bench, Dwight Howard contributed with 8 points off the bench. Shake Milton with 11 and Korkmaz with 13. So we had a big help from our bench, a really big help. We needed, that was much needed points. So together, what would that be? 24 plus 8, that is 32 points off the bench. Now Matisse Thybulle, he didn't put up any points, but he had a block, an assist, 2 boards, and his job solely was to guard De'Aaron Fox in that second half. And let's be honest, De'Aaron Fox wasn't doing nowhere near as much as what he was doing in that first half. Let's just make that very clear. The guys I really want to key on in this game is Seth Curry, Matisse Thybulle, and Furkan Korkmaz. Now, Furkan Korkmaz has been doing his thing as of late. He's been coming in, putting up important points at important moments during the game. And he's been very aggressive, and I love it about Furkan. I really do. I'll admit, I wasn't always the biggest Furkan Korkmaz fan because I felt like he was too passive at times. But it seems like Doc Rivers got him in his bag. He's way more confident, way more aggressive. And let's just be honest, Korkmaz has been a professional for a long time, even prior to playing in the NBA. So it was kind of shocking to see how passive he was in the NBA earlier on. But now he's starting to really come into form, starting to be much more aggressive. Matisse Thybulle. Now, I know he's struggling on offense. I understand that. But Matisse Thybulle, Lord have mercy. From a defensive perspective, the dude is elite. He's literally an offensive skill set away from being a starter. He would literally start over Danny Green if he was able to shoot a consistent three-point shot. Seriously, because his defense is unmatched. He might be our best perimeter defender outside of Ben Simmons. And then Seth Curry, last but certainly not least. This guy's been dealing with COVID-19 for quite some time. He's been in recovery. He's been weak. He He hasn't really had the same air under him. But this game, he came alive, put up crucial points at crucial moments, hitting 4 big threes throughout the game, man, because we needed it. It was a point in time where our offense was kind of struggling. Tobias was struggling in the first half, and B was struggling in the first half. Even Simmons was struggling in the first half. So we really needed those points from Korkmaz. We really needed those points from Seth. You know what I'm saying? And then second half comes along, especially that fourth quarter. The defense got turned up to a whole nother level for the Sixers. Once fourth quarter came around, Doc Rivers said, "I want you on De'Aaron Fox, Thibault." And from that point on, it just wasn't as easy for those guys to get to their buckets. Like I said, they were making all their threes in their first half. And then the second half comes along, and then they just began struggling, if we're being completely frank about it. Those guys really couldn't do much of anything. Let's be honest, the Kings had took a 99-point to 99-7 lead in the fourth quarter with about 7.5 minutes left. And then they didn't score again for like another 3 minutes. They missed 7 straight shots, and they committed a turnover. The Sixers ended up going on a 10-0 run to give them a lead in that fourth quarter, and they pretty much rolled that lead to end the game. You know what I'm saying? And, Doc Rivers, he really just chalked it up to, we just started playing defense. He was saying that they were getting outran. It's just that simple. Watching that game, seeing the highlights, those guys were just getting outpaced consistently throughout the game. Sacramento was getting to their shots early. They were being very decisive. And I got to give credit to Luke Walton. Luke Walton has that team starting to become more confident. That is a great offensive team. What makes them not as great of a team is the fact that they still struggle to close out games, and they struggle on defense at the end of the day. But offensively, they can put the numbers up. It's really a fact. Like I said, De'Aaron Fox led the Kings with 34 points, 10 assists. Buddy Hield, 21 points. And Marvin Bagley III with 17 points. They were doing their thing. And like I mentioned about the second half in their three-point shooting, we shut them down. In the first 2 quarters alone, those guys put up 11 three-pointers. That's 33 points from the three-point line, straight like that. And then second half comes around, they went 3 for 22 from the three-point line. We completely just negated all that shooting. And that's mainly because we stopped them from being able to get into the paint, which led to a lot of their threes. The Sixers are starting to close out games in ways that I never thought they'd be capable of. And what I mean is, there were many of the times where once the Sixers got down in the fourth quarter, it seemed like they didn't know how to get the lead back. And they used to get flustered. It seemed like they kind of panicked in a way. Now this team has a poise about them. This team has a confidence about them that allows them to make their way through a deficit and take leads and maintain them and close the games out in deciding fashion. And you're starting to see this team forming an identity. We're not quite there yet, but you're starting to see this team form an identity. You're starting to see them decide early, who are we going to play through in the fourth quarter? And in this fourth quarter, the ball flowed through Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, straight like that. Those guys were dominant. They were just dominant. Tobias Harris, double-digit points in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid, double-digit points in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? And then Ben Simmons is doing what Ben Simmons does, playing great defense. I'll admit, De'Aaron Fox made that boy stumble. But nonetheless, Ben Simmons playing great defense as always and, getting guys in position. Man, oh man, it feels so good to see Steph Curry doing well again. It really does. As a matter of fact, after last night, Steph Curry is a part of elite company. Actually, I think he may be the only one to ever do this. If he's able to close out this season the way he's been playing, this dude can end up in the 50-50-100 club. And that means 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, and 100% from the free throw line. Seriously, the dude is on another level right now. And I understand he's not the better Curry, but he is a significant Curry, to say the very, very least. The dude does his job and he makes his shots. And technically on paper, if you want to really go about it, on paper, he's a more accurate shooter than his brother. But nonetheless, I'm jumping off a bridge with that one. And I'm really excited about these Sixers, man. We got the Trailblazers next. We really need to come back against those guys because they embarrassed us without their stars last time. And I really want to beat those guys in deciding fashion. I am a Damian Lillard fan. I am a CJ McCollum fan, but I'm a Sixers fan first and foremost, and I want my guys to really knock those guys out of the water. And that's all I really have for you guys when it comes to these Sixers. They did a really great job making their way through this game and staying poised. I gotta admit, the Kings, they're coming. A lot of teams are coming. The Suns are coming. The Kings are coming. The Thunder have a nice nucleus. You know what I'm saying? The Pelicans, they're coming. This NBA has been one of the more balanced NBA seasons I've seen. You know, it seems like there's not a bad game to go around anywhere. All these teams are competitive. All these teams have some sort of talent. And I got to admit, this past draft class is a beautiful draft class. Beautiful, man. Halliburton on the Kings, my man is a sniper. Just a sniper. But enough about the Kings. Our Sixers, we ended up closing out the game in dramatic but perfect fashion. You know, got to give credit where credit is due. Furkan Korkmaz, Matisse Thybulle, Seth Curry, you know, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, Dwight Howard, Shake Milton. You know what I'm saying? All those guys did their thing. And I really don't want to leave anybody out. I really don't, because those guys really are it, man. I really love this team. Even Danny Green, he didn't have a great game, but nonetheless, Danny Green, he's streaky, and when he's on, he's on. But that's all I have for you guys today when it comes to the Sixers. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. And y'all was tuned in to y'all dose of Chalk It Up. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Also, if you're new to the content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more if you like what you just heard. On top of that, if you've been loyal to the soil, if you've been loyal to the channel all this time, you already know where my heart is. And make sure I go check out the Chalk It Up merch shop. I got so many items on there for you guys to get. I got hoodies, I got shirts, phone cases, face masks, neck gaiters in different styles and different colorways. If you want it, I got it. And if you need it, I can provide it. But let's end it on that note. I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II, and y'all was tuned into y'all dose of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just gotta charge it to the game. And let's go Sixers.